Hi fellow tinkerers, today I'm replacing the drive belt on an electric scooter. This one's the Bullet model. It's off eBay for about 160 bucks. The belt snapped on us in the first week, so we just ordered some replacements. We're going to fit this one. It's a pretty quick process. If this helps you, like and subscribe if you can, and let's jump into it. We just want to start by removing the top plate. That's held in by 6 screws. They release really easy with a Phillips head screwdriver. And once you've got all them undone, the lid will just pop straight off without any worries. Now that we have it open, you can see inside there's two 12 volt 4.5 amp hour batteries, the motor, and the sprocket for the belt to fit over. We're going to try and gain access. To do that, we're going to release the 3 screws on this cover. And once they're removed, the cover should just pop straight off. Next, we have to release this nut. That's going to allow us to slide the wheel out and slip the belt straight over it. You'll see that happen later on in the video. As you can see, now that I've removed that nut, the wheel just literally slides straight out. Next, we want to get the belt in over the motor, but there's some metal standoff type things in the way, you can see. And we just need to loosen the motor away from the plate that I'm touching there, and that's going to allow us to slide the belt in over the little sprocket. We just want to remove this screw and this screw, and then we're just going to loosen off this screw a little bit, and that's going to allow the motor to move enough for us to slide the belt in between the motor and the plate. Now, as you can see, the belt's going to slide in a lot easier in between the gap. If you don't do that process, you might damage the actual belt, even though it looks like it's going to squeeze through without having to do it. It's better not to take the risk. Now, I've left the screw a little bit tight there, that last remaining screw, so I'm just going to loosen that off a little bit. But I don't want it to come all the way out, because I want to try and keep the alignment on the motor the best I can. So that belt's just going to slip on over now with a little bit of force, but not too much. And then we'll be ready to slide the back wheel out and slip it over the other side. You can see I'm just going to feed the belt through under this. Now we can pull the wheel out, like I showed you earlier. Slide that belt over. Then we want to just try and align it as best as we can on there. And then if you remember with the old bike chain trick, when that come off, you sort of sit it on the top and then just turn the wheel and it puts itself on in the correct alignment. That's what we're going to do here. And as you can see, it just goes on no worries at all. And that's a job well done. Now we've got to put it back together. Now, this is probably the most difficult part of the replacement. You've got to get these standoffs back in, but it's a pretty tight fit. I found that pushing the motor forward back into how it should correctly sit does give you better access to squeeze these standoffs back in. First, we'll start by tightening the screw back up on the one that we've left in there. Then we need to stick the other ones in. As you can see, I missed the footage on the first one. The footage turned out horrible, so I've included the footage of the second one though. You can see I just hold it up there with my fingers, and then I use the screwdriver to help push it along, stay in alignment. It is a fiddly job, but it It's pretty simple to do really once you get the hang of it. I'm going to add the bolt back into it, tighten that one up, and then make sure everything's tightened up really tight because we want it to be safe. Now just add the washer back on and the nut. And I find that while you're tightening up the nut with the pliers, you do want to grab that wheel and pull back so you get a little bit of tension on the belt. Not too much, because it's going to snap again otherwise. Then we can add our cover back on. Put all 3 screws back in. Note the positioning of the screws because some of the holes don't actually need screws, which I found out the hard way. Last but not least, we can put the top cover back on, tighten up all the screws, and that's a job well done. So this is the finished product. Comes up like brand new again, and we're ready to ride. So if this has helped you, like and subscribe, and any questions in the comments below, and don't forget to check out my other videos.